So I can see. Yeah, I can see three lovely gentlemen and one bastard who opens his presents before Christmas Eve. You bloody heathen.
Do you know what? I took the brown packaging off it, and there was this beautiful wrapped present, and I thought, I'm going to save that till Christmas. I looked at it for 5 minutes before I opened it.
It's the last year I'm buying you. Next time I'm going to send it to Michelle. It's like...
It didn't say don't open till Christmas, and the wrapping looked a bit more birthday than...
It's a fucking Christmas present. What do you think?
This must be a late birthday present.
Oh, yeah.
thought it was an early birthday present. Which means I probably shouldn't have opened it till March.
Exactly. Well,
sorry. But now I get to, put the decoration up on the tree. It gets longer on the tree with the other two.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. You already got one, don't you?
Yeah, but I've not had a 3D printed one before.
Exactly. So, how's your... I mean, you're probably halfway through the episode already. I got a bit late today, so...
We didn't dare start the recording before you entered. And having you joining and leaving and joining and leaving, that wouldn't have been good for anything. So we're sitting here patiently, growing more and more aggravated.
Yeah.
So where are you this time? Are you in Rome with your mother again, or...?
No. We are at an oil terminal in the middle of nowhere. We are doing a site survey today. So we traveled yesterday, did a site survey today. I'm going to travel back tomorrow. And of course, it's in the middle of nowhere. There are nothing here. So the only accommodation is some barracks that is owned by the company who runs the entire facility. So it's like, yeah, it's a bunk bed setup. And of course, you got some military style breakfast and dinner. So the reason why I'm late today, we finished the site survey and everybody's like, all right, do you want to go to the barracks and eat there, or should we go into Bergen city center and have a dinner there? And I said, that's fine. Of course, I'm the one with my name on the rental car, so I have to drive. And then it's like, okay, but we have to leave at 8 because it's an hour drive back again. And we almost made it. I think it was 10 past when we started driving, and of course it's no traffic. So, but yeah, we pulled in here like 2 minutes over, and then get out of the car, set the computer up, and pee very much. So here we are.
Ooh, now we have a new noise.
Yeah, someone has a fan on.
Oh, gone.
And now it disappeared.
Curious. It's going well, isn't it? Should we get into it before?
Oh, it's Glenn's dog. He just...
It's always Glenn's dog.
We can blame him, but he's inside the house tonight. He's not with me.
So say they all.
Let's do this.
All right. Welcome to No.1 Crude Mistakes podcast with Glenn from No.1 Projects, K.J. from Crude but Efficient, Haavard from Behind the Mistakes, and myself, Stian, of Stian Sørhus CC, otherwise known in here as the Dinosaur Guy. Thanks for having me, guys.
Mr. Dinosaur.
Sorry.
This is a problem with being 4 people that you don't know when to speak.
Okay, so the one who doesn't know how to shut up can start.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna ask a question. All right, how's it going in Dinosaur Land before Christmas? I mean, are you ramping down? Do you have any work? Yeah.
For once, we are at work having a slow like descent into Christmas. It's not a sprint getting finished with a bunch of work. I finished a bathroom remodel yesterday, so that was nice. It being so early before Christmas, not having to finish it like the last day, like being stuck on the late on the 23rd of December. I have done that before as well, because everybody wants their projects done before Christmas.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the customers are probably liking it as well.
Yeah.
So are you a carpenter, or what are you classify yourself as?
I am
worker?
yeah. Well, I'm trained as a carpenter, and I'm certified as a master carpenter here in Norway. But I do a little bit of everything, so it's like general construction, mostly interior finishes, but that ranges all the way from laying parquet floors to doing bathrooms, painting ceilings, yeah, everything mostly.
Nice.
Not the plumbing and not electrician stuff. The electrics, that's you have to have certifications for it here in Norway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But everything else.
Yeah, I tried to stay away from something, but not when we can't say no. You have to do it when the offer is too good.
And do you find any time or inclination after you've been professionally making all day to make at home afterwards?
Yeah, I haven't made as much furniture at work as I would like, so that's the stuff I've been mostly doing on my free time. I'm actually sitting at the first. I'm sitting by the first furniture I made, actually, since my wife's sister is over for Christmas. She's using the office as a guest bedroom, so now I'm in my wife's closet, sitting by the vanity I built back in 2017, I think, maybe 2016. Not sure. Don't remember exactly. Something like that.
Nice. It's a walk-in closet, isn't it? It's quite a big room, really.
Yeah,
it's a big room. You can live in it closet, I would say.
It's the size of my workshop, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So, what are you working on at the moment?
At the moment, I'm building closets underneath our stairs, but I've been doing that for 12 months now. Soon.
One of those projects.
Yeah, it's been going on for quite a while, but it's been a bunch of outside projects this summer as well. So I started it 12 months ago, but it's more of a winter project.
Nice. What about you boys? What have you been up to? KJ?
Which of the boys, old man?
Fuck you.
Well, we went and chopped down and put up a Christmas tree. That was like the big thing we did now this weekend. We chose the only day in like the last week with positive degrees, so it was like raining and rather mushy, but like the days before and the days after were pretty darn cold, so that felt wonderful. But we found a tree that we could agree on, and this was the first time, I think, in like 2 or 3 years that all the family was well enough to join in, because at least 1 or 2 people has been sick, so sick that they can't really go. So now that was great, not to have to do all the work by myself and try to find a tree that everyone was happy with coming home. This is the tree. Doesn't look that good. So now it's everyone's decision that we chose it. But it went fine. And the Christmas stand still works. And my additions to it, I think they work as well. At least the tree is drinking like 2 liters a day or something. So I think that's a health sign.
It sounds like there's a leak in your stand.
True, I didn't consider that.
I don't know. The tree's got a kidney problem.
Might need to check on my welds. Yeah.
It's questionable. Like, yeah, that's healthy, isn't it? Yeah, for a dead tree.
It's dying. It's not dead yet.
Yeah.
It's a zombie tree.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. We have to assert our dominance over the tree, so we take one of them every year and torture it slowly. And otherwise they will just rise up and destroy us all.
It's funny. I remember working in garden centres, and people always used to be so happy parting with their money for a dead plant. Never at any other time of the year, but at Christmas they were really happy about it.
Yeah.
Take my cash.
But paying the same amount for something for your garden, like, oh, this is way too much. I'm not paying that. But
Exactly.
a dead pine tree. Take my money.
I mean, it's not dead yet. And I mean, that's just like what's it called? Cut flowers in a flower shop.
Yeah,
They are
too.
extremely expensive, but they're also, I mean, they're on their last leg. I never really liked getting a bouquet. I would much more like to have a flower in a pot instead, because it feels nicer that it can actually keep growing instead of being dead in a week.
So you can kill it instead of someone else?
Yes, I want that power. What's the fun if you can't kill it? But other than that, I've almost finished the robotic hand. I have one fingertip left, the most complicated fingertip. No, it's actually the index finger. So,
And is that more complicated than the other ones?
Yes, because they are different.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yes.
Does it... I don't know what to say.
By the look of the other guys, you're not alone. It is a weird project.
Better not say anything. It's what I have learned.
Is it going to actually do something, this mechanical hand?
No, and it's not anything close to the Hacksmith's version of a robotic arm that he published like 2 weeks ago or something like that. That's more useful, even though that was just a laugh as well. So no, it's more an art piece, but it's not art. It's just for fun.
Yeah.
It has no use whatsoever, other than being in the way at the moment.
And looking cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see. But that's been about it, making-wise. Yeah.
What about you, H?
We did the Christmas tree thing as well, but we had a brilliant weather. Last year we went to some friend's farm and almost drowned in snow to get a tree. This year we went to a local tree farm and yeah, just cut down one of theirs. And of course, the oldest daughter, she's 6. She didn't really want to come, and I was alone with the kids this weekend, so we had Grandpa coming over to join us, and yeah, we got her to join if she could decide the tree, which is like, all right, we just let them loose, and all right, go pick a tree, and I have decided that, all right, whatever tree she picks, that's the tree we're having this year. But she actually picked a decent one, so yeah, we cut it down, brought it home, and put some decoration up, broke a few of them in the process. So yeah, and of course I moved the Die Hard Christmas ornament upstairs in the big tree, and of course the kids learned how to work it out, so it's been running continuously for as long as they are awake. They're just running over and pressing the button, and don't knowing the context at all, but that's fine.
If there's a button, it should be pressed.
Exactly.
coming back to mum and dad and saying "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker"?
Yeah. Oh, I would be so proud.
Imagine when they finally see Die Hard in the future. Oh, it's like the Christmas ornament.
Yeah, the only reference they have. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, my kids do that when, I don't know, I think it was when we watched Star Wars or something. But, oh, it's a meme in there. It's a meme in the movie. So no, the meme is from the movie.
Yeah.
I assure you, it's not the other way around.
I've seen a lot of like Instagram posts where parents have kids coming up to them. Oh, I found this brilliant new band, new song, and they're like, "Oh, you mean Offspring?" Yeah, I know Offspring.
I wish my kids were listening to that, to real music and not just, internet music, so to say.
Yeah. I'm trying my best, of course, to get them to like proper music, but I mean, what gets them the most, and if you look at my Spotify rap list, which has been a hoot the last couple of weeks, it is the Minions song, and it's a fart song, so it's very much representative of what we're listening to, which is okay. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I deliver the kids in the kindergarten, and I don't bother changing the playlist when going to work. So I can sit there drinking my coffee, listening to the fart song and the Minions singing, because I can't be bothered stopping the car to find something else.
And that's why the family subscription to Spotify is worth it.
Exactly, yeah.
I think the fart song sounds more preferable to what my daughter listens to. She's heavily into the very current chart music at the moment, and I think that's crap, obviously, because I'm of that age now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's. I mean, crap isn't covering it. It's utter garbage.
Just the same as our parents said to us.
Yeah.
I saw this. I think it's the daughter of David Gilmour is now out on tour with, of course, her father playing guitar. And I saw someone referencing like, "Oh, what a lovely song! But why is she touring with this old geezer on guitar?" And like, I mean, it's the lead vocalist and guitarist from Pink Floyd. Pink who? It's like, come here, let me murder you. So yeah, I mean, we're all getting old. But,
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
Are you getting younger, Stian?
Yeah, I am.
No,
Yeah,
you're not.
but you are the youngest one here, so that's yeah.
Yeah, and by far, I think.
Oh, all right. Where's the kick?
It's the shortest time we've ever had a guest on, isn't it?
Yeah. That's some
It'll just
technical
be like
difficulties.
a mute or silence in between during the conversation. It not making sense at all.
How old are you, Stian?
31 at the moment.
Oh, yeah. You blink. You'll be 40 soon. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I guess younger, and you don't have a beard. I can shave and then be 10 years younger by looks. So.
But are you sure though? If you shave and then put it on top, it might be.
You're really trying hard to be kicked, aren't you? So Glenn, what have you been up to?
This
Shaving?
Shaving, yeah. Trying to look younger for Stian coming on. No, I've been working with Steve. Actually, we've been building a deck around his old studio. I've completed that today, which is nice.
Nice.
Got that all done. And obviously, because I'm so old, I'm a bit achy from all that bending over and screwing and whatnot.
Was it a big deck?
It was an L-shaped deck, I say wrapped around the front of a building, but it's if you lined it up, it would be about 10 metres by 1.2 metres, so not massive. Yeah, not particularly big. Yeah, but it's gone together well. Looks a lot better. Couldn't
And
look much worse than the rotten deck, that's for sure.
Built closer to code, at least.
A little bit closer, yes. Yeah, it's more of a cover up and hope it lasts another 10 years kind of job, that one. I think the building itself is way on the piss. I built the frame around for the deck on Sunday, and there's where the door first starts, the deck comes about 10 mil higher. Now the frame I built runs level all the way around the building, and when it gets to the other side of the window door, it's about 25 mil higher.
It's straight enough.
I know the deck's flat and level, but that building's definitely crumbling into the ground.
No, it's just a very experienced builder, because if you make it completely level, you will just accumulate water and snow and everything. So a little bit of an incline, that's just good.
Yeah. Just tilt the whole building as opposed to just the roof.
It's easier that way. Just jack it up.
I don't remember if it 5 to 7 degrees. Perfect.
That's how you build rose obelisks, isn't it, KJ?
Yeah, apparently it was. The first time.
Yeah. And I've also edited and put together a couple of supercuts this week as well for YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so I did one for the turning videos, which has done pretty well, actually. And it took me 3 attempts to get the one done for the instruments. I put the first version out as a 7-instrument build, and then realised that the little 4-string guitar, something you've not heard for a while, had a copyright strike on it for the copyright strike on it for the music. So that threw out the whole supercut. So I chopped that out.
Wasn't it Steve's music?
No, not on the 4-string. Not throughout the build anyway. It was at the end. And then now I cut that music out, cut that video out, and didn't edit all the audio out. Put another version up, and it got 4 minutes of the audio from the 4-string on the end. So I had to take that video down. And then put that out again. But it's not done bad considering it's been out 3 times. I think the first time it got 40 views, the second time it got 30, and now it's on just over 100. So, and I didn't expect any of them to get any views. To be fair, it was just a ploy to clock up a few extra hours on the watch time hours. And it's worked.
Playing the game.
Yep.
Yeah, you're closing in on 1,000.
21 to go. Yeah, that's what I want for Christmas. 21 subscribers, please.
Make it 22 to be sure.
Yeah. I'll be happy if I just want to see it go to 1,000. I don't really care after that, KJ. I'm never going to make a living out of this YouTube. It's just a figure I've got in my head that I want to hit.
Yeah. What would be your next goal when you get to 1,000?
I'm not going to set one for numbers wise. I guess it'll be if it creeps up from there and gets close on 2,000. I suppose. But I don't know.
The next goal has to be the play button, doesn't it?
Well, how many subscribers do you need for a play button?
Only a mere 100,000, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's at the moment, isn't it? By the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say we'll never get there, but
Adjusted for inflation.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing once you hit 1,000, it's easy peasy from there. I mean, it's a fortnight and you have 100,000. It's like, yeah.
How's that going for you, Rod?
It's funny that because yesterday I got an email from or a notification from YouTube like, oh, you gained a new subscriber. Yeah, but you didn't tell me about the 3 ones I lost, because I've lost I lost one for each video I put out, and then a couple of in between. So I'm now down from 14 down to 9 or 7 or something. So it's like I'm lucky if I can keep 4,000 over New Year's.
So you're really edging it.
Am I picking up all your subscribers?
I was gonna say, I mean, if I knew that those I've lost counts towards your 21, then it's okay. I can donate them, but I'm not sure though.
Oh, can you donate your subscribers? That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. What comfortable are you level? Are you happy with there? I mean, if we level out, are you okay? But if I start climbing above on your subscribers, you won't be so happy then.
I'm happy for everyone. I mean, seeing Chloe having like a small boost just over a couple of days, it's really good when someone you know actually
nice,
get riding the wave. Yeah.
2 million views on one of her Instagram reels.
And of course, we're not cynical. We're not going to have her on as a guest soon, are we?
I think we had her on as a guest and things started looking up for her from there on, didn't they, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should do a bit more on social media after tonight, Stian.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, you're not really posting that much.
No, I'm bad at that stuff.
I was actually taken aback because you asked me how you can come on the podcast, and because you don't post very much and whatnot, I didn't think you would ever be interested, to be honest with you. So what's made you want to come on the pod?
Take part in the community you guys have created.
Yeah,
because it's nice. I already feel like one of you guys since I've been listening to you for 100 hours or something, and then meeting you guys in Oslo, and I was like, yeah, I might as well be on, or because it's it feels, even though we haven't talked that much before, it feels like I know you guys.
The parasocial relationship. How does it feel that you actually can talk back to us?
Yeah, it feels weird.
Just saving up those ageist jokes for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's tough on camera. I didn't talk about age when we met him in Oslo. Like then it was like, oh,
no,
hello guys. Much bigger behind that camera, aren't you?
Yeah.
We'll see when we meet again. Are you going to make a shuttle this year?
I went this year, yeah, but next year.
Next year, okay, next time. You know what I mean. Or are you one of the Norwegians who refuse to go?
It'll be difficult, but I haven't decided yet. But I want to go, but you Brits have to put it up for another weekend, because that's the 1 week in the year. It's really difficult for all the Norwegians.
I agree.
But I guess you guys didn't want another invasion.
I'm just thinking that we can get the Sunday extremely hungover. I mean, just pack all of you in a plane and fly it over.
Yeah, but Birmingham isn't really easy to reach from Oslo or any Norwegian airport as well.
No, that's true.
No, I was really glad that I found out that Ryanair was doing flights directly from Arlanda to Birmingham. So I booked the ticket, for the going home on Sunday. And then a couple of days later, I got an email. Oh, we've rescheduled you. So instead of Sunday evening at 5, you are now flying at Friday evening at 11.
What?
No, that does not really compute with what I want. So no. So sadly, I have to fly not direct this year either. So that's bad. Yes. So it felt wrong booking Ryanair from the get-go. I had a bad feeling about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, why do they have it in Birmingham? I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere, basically. So why couldn't they choose something more convenient?
Like Oslo.
Oh, that would be so cool. Yeah, we are moving to a different country.
Well, I think it's. I think the NEC makes the location ready, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have. I mean, it's not a huge slice of the NEC that's used for Make It Central. So
Definitely not.
they could squeeze themselves in other venues, I would guess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
A standard school gymnasium would probably do well.
That's a little bit bigger than that.
Glenn's backyard. I mean, if you open up that cathedral behind his workshop, that could have it there.
Oh, that's too cavernous. You'd be lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, true that.
And I mean, he had to clear out all the too early open Christmas packages he has laying around. So
Don't know what you're talking about, mate.
yeah, I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold that against you until well into 2025.
Well, if my gift to you gets to you early enough, you can open it early as well.
I was thinking, should I? I'm not sure if it would be there in time, but it's. I should just send you a new package, and once you open it up, it's like, "Fuck you" on a note.
Oh, once again, sorry, Haavard.
But I forgot something when we talked about making. I've actually made something this week, deliberately not filming it, and oh my god, making stuff when you don't have to film it, that's a treat.
Yep.
So of course the plan was to make a video, but I realized that, as we discussed earlier, I would like to make a tool chest, but I don't know how to set it up, how many drawers, how big, and so on. And I also want like a desktop organizers for pen, knives, tweezers, whatnot. And I never found the perfect setup. And I realized I can think about the perfect setup for 10 years, not finding it, because you have to use it to know what you need. So I just went online and I found something that I like the look of, and I just went in and I basically made a copy of it in 3D and I just put it on the CNC. So now I have it and I started using it, and I already now know what I want to change and not. So I'm thinking it's going to be a YouTube video, but this is a prototype to learn what I want to make in the YouTube video. And of course, running a risk that I can't be bothered. So I'm probably going to end up using it for 10 years before I make a new one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when I first saw that, I thought, oh, he has started working on the control panel for the Hellcorder part 3. Because it felt like it was going to be a lot of switches and buttons and that sort of thing in it. But then you put tools in it instead, and that also made sense.
Yeah, but that's a good... I mean, it should have some buttons and some lights in it. They might not have a function, but yeah, a couple of switches and some LEDs. Every project needs that.
I mean, just a hell yeah button when something goes wrong, goes right, and a oh no button when it goes wrong.
Yeah.
Some applause and that sort of thing.
Or I could have it's a question button. Should I do it? And just press it. Yeah. Go ahead. Some moral support button.
Just Glenn's voice saying, buy it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
What would K.J.'s message be on it?
I was going to say balls. But...
Oh, balls.
I can live with that.
But speaking of balls, of course, I ordered some.
As you do.
As you do. On the
Well, yours
last,
don't work anymore, do they?
Yeah.
no, so I needed some,
Replacement.
supplements. Yeah. No, I think I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. I ordered some parts off of AliExpress, and I found these gear knobs, so I just ordered a couple of them. And now I found use for them because I ordered a lot of parts for, amongst other things, the coffee grinder build. And I'm not sure if it is upcoming Chinese New Year's, but they seem eager to get all the shipping done before the New Year's because, and of course, Chinese New Year's is not anywhere near our New Year's, but at least the two-stroke engine I ordered for the project, it arrived in, I think, a day or two over 1 week. So it's like I could not imagine how fast they managed to send it to me. And being here the last couple of days, I got a lot of text messages like a new package has arrived, a new package. So I have a lot of parts for project that I thought I would not be able to start before after Christmas, but now I've already started some new projects before Christmas, and maybe not the smartest thing, but yeah, I'm gonna build a coffee grinder this Christmas. Every spare time I have.
Going back to the gear knobs, my knob's going to be in a magazine. Forgot to tell you.
Are you publishing it yourself?
Well, by magazine I mean a website, but it's
My own website. Yeah, no, it's going to go up in a classic car magazine. Apparently.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, as a main feature or as a
As part of the car, just
Yeah.
some of the details. But I think
yeah, that's really nice.
yeah, that's what I thought. Not every day you get your knob in a magazine, is it?
No, not at all.
Something like the third or fourth time it's happened to me.
No one's asked me, so yeah.
I mean, being quoted knobhead is that doesn't count.
Does it not? Shit.
So then you have to run and buy at least 3 copies of that magazine. Then when it, I mean, we all need a copy.
I've got photos of my knob on my phone. I'll send them to you. It's
No,
fine.
thank you. No, thank you.
That's frowned upon.
It's every day now, isn't it? It's an everyday thing, isn't it? It's just part of social media nowadays, isn't it? That?
Yeah,
That depends on how you do it, but yes.
it feels a bit weird still because I remember when Snapchat was a thing because yeah, you could send pictures that expired after a set amount of time. So of course it was known in the media for people sending pictures of their knobs to people. And then it became like just a regular app that even my mother uses for chatting with relatives, and it's like, oh, I got a snap from this and this, and I can't get over the fact that, but I mean, that's the app you use for sending knob pictures to anyone. It's like, but maybe she does. I don't know. I don't want to know. Yeah.
That's disturbing. My daughter uses Snapchat. All the kids do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
just ban that.
yeah, need to block that and yeah.
Oh dear.
So, Stian, as a professional maker, so to say, how does it feel for you when you see DIYers doing what you do professionally in somewhat creative ways on social media. I mean, some. How do you feel about that?
Well, I guess it depends on why they're doing it creatively. If it's because they like to do it and it gives them like joy, I guess it's fine. But if it's like in a commercial setting, for where an influencer, quote unquote, are making just to earn fast money by ripping off other people, like flipping a house or whatever, it feels less good. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of times when you see someone do something that might be correct in their setting, and sometimes you know that it's not correct, and sometimes, I mean, it's hard to tell for someone who doesn't really know, but just have a feeling about it.
Yeah. But the local differences in the building trade from country to country is quite big. Even just from Norway to Sweden, we have some differences. Yeah. So I can't really tell all the time if the stuff that people do in the UK or France or Germany or whatever is if they're supposed to do it over there. But it most often is far from how we do it up in this cold place.
Yeah, your building codes and whatnot seem a lot stricter in both of your respective countries, actually, in Sweden and in Norway. It seems a little bit more relaxed here, what we're allowed to do.
You don't have to account for snow loads, for example.
No, that's true.
Or cold.
No, not extreme cold.
But that's the interesting thing. I don't remember the name because I just stumbled over it a couple of days ago, but there is a YouTube channel. I think it's a carpenter or contractor or whatnot, but he's comparing building techniques in Scandinavia, Canada, and I think it was a third, and then showing the differences and what we do similar, because there is a lot of similarities, because also
yes,
the climates are, but it's like in any framework in Norway, it's like the standard is, of course, center is 60, and of course the Americans are using pebbles and stones for measurement, so it's slightly deviations, but it's fun to see that all the building plates, all the construction timber is of course dimensioned to fit that building code, so that it actually hit where it should be, where you are putting plates on a wall, for instance. So it is nice to see that someone has actually put some thought into it, and I'm no expert, but I see someone on Instagram doing a house renovation, and I know enough to see it's wrong, but I also know that I don't know enough to do it correctly myself. So
exactly.
I mean, I can put up things on the wall in my workshop or anything, but all right, we need to redo the bathroom. I'll call someone who actually knows how to do it, and it's the same with plumbing, of course. I know how they do it because I've seen it and I have some of the tools, but no, I'm not doing it because it is something about knowing how to do it, but also having the experience and the know-how of actually pulling it off as well. It's hard to admit, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never touch heating, plumbing, that side of things, and gas. But bathrooms and just sinks and toilets and basins, I don't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah.
Quite happy to plumb those in.
Yeah, we don't have gas over here.
Oh, okay.
Or at least
I don't have gas here either, actually, but we do a lot in the UK.
But there's no gas lines in the streets, even in cities here, because I guess it's something about few people living far from each other. Yeah. So it was never put in. So that's not really a thing here. Of course, people do have like gas stoves and stuff like that, but it's not from a central system.
Is it just bottles then?
Yeah.
Bottles of gas, yeah. What's the main sort of fuel for heating then?
electricity
Oh, okay.
because we have the hydropower,
Right.
and we have had excess of hydropower for over
Ever.
100 years. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So everything is either electric heated or wood fire, like stoves. But yeah.
So in the village I live, we've got no mains gas piped into this village at all. But a lot of people around here use oil. Diesel oil as fuel and log burners. I have a log burner and a couple of electric heaters, and that's it really. But yeah, I was curious to see what you guys did.
Yeah. The oil burners were prohibited by law 5-6 years ago, I think,
Right.
because of the emissions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, when I walk around this village at night time and you get all the fumes from everybody's log burner and whatnot, you start shaking. You think this can't be good.
Yeah.
I was so happy when we bought the house. They had a combined fireplace, but also an oil burner, and they had like a small day tank in the house. And I like, oh no, because you're not allowed to have them anymore, but you also have to decommission them.
Yep.
And of course, the easiest way is you can drain the main tank and you can clean it properly and fill it up. There has been some example of people now having old tanks that they had not discarded and they have been leaking. And of course, that fuel oil leaking into the ground, and then of course for us it would leak down to the neighbor, and it did for someone, and that oil just got soaked into the walls and the foundation of that house, and it's almost next to impossible to get it out again. So they had to spend hundreds of thousands to fix the damages on the neighbor's house because they didn't remove the tank or empty it out properly. So
It would just preserve the house, wouldn't it?
one would think. Yeah. Flammable oil, that's good. But of course we bought the house and those regulations came and I was like, oh no. But then I started tracing the line and they only had that day tank, so they actually filled it up just to use it for emergencies if not. So we never had that big tank dug down in our garden, and I was so pleased when I found that out. So like, oh, thank God we didn't have to handle that issue.
Yeah, we had an oil tank in this house when we bought it, but it hadn't been used in a long while, so we just had it removed and got an extra room, more or less, because it was a couple of cubic meters. And I don't think it's prohibited in Sweden, but I mean, no one uses it more or less because it's so expensive. So here it's electric or what's it called? Distance heated. I mean, when they're burning trash and sending out warm water and heating people's houses. And then gas lines we only have in the major cities, but it's on the decline as well. I mean, I work in power distribution, and every time there's someone from the gas company at the meetings when we decide where to put all the different cables and pipes and that sort of thing in the streets, they're always, oh yeah, we're not gonna reuse this, so we just cut it and no one wants it anymore. So
that'll just become conduits for your wires then.
we have some regulations that you shouldn't have electric cables close to the gas lines. No.
Yeah, but I mean, if they decommission them, I mean, and if you need to put cables down, you need to dig a big hole, and I see if they blow up some gas lines, that's an efficient way of digging holes, I see.
Yes, but they're very local holes. We would want to go long stretches instead. Yeah.
So how's this electricity working out for you guys at the moment? Still nice and cheap?
And much cheaper now than it was a couple of days ago, at least. That was not fun.
Yeah. Thursday was an all-time record high here in Norway. It was £1 a kilowatt hour.
Yeah. Damn Germans.
Yeah. And your Brits.
Oh, okay. So do they just put it up instantly on a day-to-day basis?
Hourly. It's
hourly?
It changes throughout the day. So
yeah.
yeah, so it's always more expensive during peak hours, like in the morning when everyone in the entire country gets up to go to work and go to school, and also when you get back home from work and you put on the electric stove and you charge your electric car and you heat your house with electric ovens.
Yeah. And now they want you then to distribute your load throughout the entire day to avoid the peak hours. But of course, for years they have been telling us never run a washer dryer or anything in the night when you're sleeping because of the fire hazard. And if something happens, everybody's sleeping. So don't do that. But okay, when are we doing it then? Because you have peak hours when you get up and then you go for work. And then it's peak hours when you get back. And then by the time the price drops, you should go to sleep. So.
Yeah, and also the power grid is mostly built to have the transformers getting to relax at night, because that's low time, so the temperature goes down, because everything is temperature regulated. I mean, the amount of power you can put through either cables or a transformer, everything is dependent on how hot it gets. So as long as you keep the temperature down, you can just push as much energy as you like through it. But if it gets too hot, then you shut it off, because it gets dangerous. So nighttime was mostly used for everything getting to cool down, and then you can run it at like more than 100% in the daytime.
But how is this in Sweden? Because in Norway we have the power grid, and of course we have very cheap power in the northern part of Norway, but the connection between northern Norway and southern Norway can't handle the load. So we have cheap electricity in the north, but not in the south. But we can't transfer enough of it to the south to equalize that. And of course, we built the power cables to the rest of the Europe, and now we have to sell it at the spot price dictated by them. And we, of course, as a casualty, have to pay the same price ourselves. Which adds to the very high price fluctuations, because if it's not blowing in Germany, they don't produce enough power, the prices go up, and then of course it goes up here as well. But how is your power grid? Are you connected? Are you exporting power? Do you have any of the same issues?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. I mean, Norway, Sweden, and Finland, we are the same power grid. I mean, it's the same electricity. We have the exact same frequency, and all of it, it's AC connected, while we're connected to Poland and Germany and Denmark and all of that, and that I think is DC connection. So those you can actually regulate. So we have the exact same problem, and we have 4 different areas, and the 2 northern ones, everything is cheap as something cheap, but the 2 southern ones are expensive as Germany. So yeah, it's exactly the same, I would say. So the ones controlling the main grid are frantically trying to build new power lines from the north to the south, but it takes a lot of time, because you have to do all the environmental checks, and you have to get signed off with the people owning the land that it's okay to take a lot of their land to actually build power poles and that sort of thing. So it takes 10 to 20 years to build something.
But that's the same in Norway. Oh, it takes so much time, and you have to do this and that, and building a cable to Germany so we can charge money. All right, we built that yesterday. That took us just 20 seconds to get that up. But yeah.
Going over international waters is easier than a lot of farmland and forests. And I mean, you have some mountains, I've heard, in your country that might be in the way as well, and people complaining what it looks like and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and also it's been quite a fuss with the indigenous people as well. There's been a few windmills built on indigenous land where they didn't ask permission first. They just did it. So they have to remove them or do something about it. But even though their court demanded to do something about it, they haven't done it in, I think, almost 2 years now. So it's quite a touchy subject in Norway at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking maybe the solution is not within the country then, because I mean, if it is Germany's fault, I mean, 70 plus years ago, we put some restrictions on Germany. You're not allowed to produce ships or material of such and such kind. I mean, still they are a bit on grace, aren't they? So again, no, you're still not allowed to use too much power, and or is that the past now? I'm not sure. Could
We were
still
trying to be friends in Europe, I think.
Yeah.
But we're struggling at the moment. Yeah, I mean, the wind farms thing is weird with the regulations, at least in Sweden, because the county where you put them up don't get the cash for it. The state gets that instead, in some weird way. So you're not incentivized to have them in your backyard because you don't get paid for it, the local community. So it's extremely weird how the regulation is done, I would say.
Yeah, and they don't generate any work either locally, because it's like it's a quick construction job. You blast something and then you put up a foundation and then they just fly them in and then they're there. So they don't generate any perpetual work, maintenance,
No.
additional jobs either in the local community. So it's like just a big eyesore.
Yeah. So I mean, they should really get some percentage of the earnings, I would say. But no, that as I've learned, the state takes all of that for themselves. So that's not really nice. But what would the world look like if everyone was nice?
Just like what we're seeing right now on this screen, I suppose.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You mean Scandinavian?
I was looking in at myself, really.
As we all, yeah.
Our own little echo chambers.
On that note, should we wrap this episode up?
We should.
Sounds,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we start pissing someone off that we shouldn't. So yeah,
So far, going to alienate this week.
Well, now we've got Stian as a support as well, so I think we can do a whole country.
We've not heard from one of our Americans for a while on the CMO group. I think you pissed him off.
but
Sorry, Ben.
I was gonna say though, but we don't have any German listeners. But yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Sorry.
Might not anymore.
Yeah.
Isn't your father-in-law German as well?
No, not. It's Austrian. That's completely different. Yeah. It's like Norway and Sweden. That's no comparison.
All right, let's go. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.